What's all the fuss about the new Model 3 refresh, previously referred to as Project Highland? The refresh Model 3 is now available in some countries, including Australia and New Zealand, but the price has increased. It's gone from $57,400 for the base rear-wheel drive model to $61,900, but you are going to get a lot more for your money. Unfortunately for Australian customers, it won't be delivered until early 2024, as you can see here from the top right in the screen. There's also no performance model available yet. Whether there will be remains to be seen. So all people who had ordered a performance Model 3, they've been told that the order is cancelled, or they can convert it to a long-range model, which is a bit of a bummer for those people. Now, externally, not much has changed. The headlights have got a slightly different shape. The rear boot lid has been incorporated. The rear light has been incorporated. It's got a different shape, and it's been incorporated into the boot. So when the boot goes up, the whole light goes with it. Now, the wheels are also a bit of a different shape, possibly to make them more aerodynamic. But the front end has been changed quite a bit, and this has definitely made it more aerodynamic. It's now got a drag coefficient of 0.219, which is the lowest drag coefficient for a Tesla ever. Previously, it was 0.225. And it also looks as though there's a front camera. Now, just down here, you can just see a little mark there, and I've captured it on a few different screens. There is something there, and I just wonder if it's a front camera on the bumper, which will make it the vision system only, and that was definitely very much needed. And another change to the outside of the car is on the back. Instead of getting the T logo for Tesla logo, you've actually got the words Tesla spelt out. To me, this is actually quite a welcome change, as only last week I was asked, what make of car is that? Because they didn't know what the T logo was. There's also two colour changes on the outside. You've got the ultra red, and you've got the stealth grey being available. So all up, that's the changes for the outside. Now, it's the interior that seems to have got most of the changes. There's ambient lighting, which can be controlled from the main screen, and it's a line around most of the interior just below the level of the windows. Here you can see it's in red, but you can make it a lot of different colours. And the front fascia has also been redesigned slightly. Now, the front seats are now ventilated, which will be a welcome change, especially for those of us living in the hotter climes. The rear seats are perforated, but almost certainly not ventilated. In the rear, there is an additional 8-inch LED touchscreen for the rear passengers. Here they can control media, climate control, and even watch Netflix and so on. And they can also use Bluetooth headphones or earbuds to listen, thereby not disturbing the front passenger or driver. The number of speakers in the long-range version has increased from 14 to 17, improving the sound quality, whilst some of the material changes and aerodynamic changes and tyre changes have improved the ambient noise by about 30%. Now, whilst I'm here, can you boot that like and subscribe button below? Thanks very much. That would be very refreshing, and it will cost you nothing. Thanks. Now, one big controversy is the steering wheel. It's got no stalks, so it's just like the Model S and X refresh. Indicators, etc., are actually on the steering wheel. Now, I've heard a lot of people complain about this, but you know, you just get used to it. They complain about there was no display in front. There's no HUD, head-up display in Teslas. And, you know, I thought the same initially, but it's very, very easy to get used to where the display is, where the speedo is. Very quick, easy. Just have a quick glance. And I expect that this is going to be exactly the same. It's just different, and people don't like change. So, I mean, when I get into a non-Tesla car now, I've got to readjust to the norm as it was. And it's just a matter of adjusting to the norm as it is in a Tesla. Now, there are 2 microphones apparently in the cabin. And whilst you probably won't notice any difference, the people at the other end of your telephone call should notice an increase in clarity. The suspension has also been improved to make the ride more comfortable still, but it's got the same battery size and motor as before, and most of the improvements in range are from the aerodynamic improvements. So it does have an increased range. Now, different sites have given different amounts, but basically it's between 5 and 10% range improvement, which is very nice. Now, here in Australia, the long range has basically gone from 602 kilometres WLTP, see my previous video on that, to 629 kilometres, which is a 4.5% improvement. Whereas in China, it shows a 9% increase for the rear wheel drive. Now, it's going to be available in China, Europe, and Australia and New Zealand. In Europe, you're going to be getting it in the 3rd quarter this year. Germany, it says October to November. China's the same. Australia, not until the 1st quarter next year. And as I said before, there's no performance model on offer. I have heard that some people have been talking or hoping about a Plaid Model 3. Yeah, but I doubt very much that they're going to offer that, because that's going to be in direct competition to the Plaid Model S, and it's going to be half the price, so it doesn't really make much sense. I expect we'll still see a performance version coming through. As in the past, we've had only one, say, of the 3 models. So in Australia, we got the Model Y rear-wheel drive. That was only available for a while until the long range and the performance models became available. So I expect they'll add a performance Model 3 in once things start to gear up in China, where they're made for us here. Now, whilst I'm talking about the Model Y, when do you think we'll see the refreshed version of that? Now, that's something I would be interested in. Comment below when you think that might be coming. I doubt it'll come for another year or 2. So what do you think of this new Model 3? Are you looking to order one? Would you like the performance version? Would you wait until the refreshed Model Y comes out? So if you're looking at ordering one, don't forget you can use my code. It's just below in the description section. It currently gets you a discount, which varies from country to country. It's about 750 Australian dollars here. So yeah, use that. That would be nice. And comment below if you've got any thoughts on the refreshed Model 3, whether we're going to get a refreshed Model Y. And don't forget, can you click that like and subscribe button below? It really does help me and the channel, and it won't cost you anything to do so. And if you really want to help, there's a super thanks button below as well, where you can make a contribution, which would be very much appreciated. And I'll see you all very soon.